Hello, and today we're going to be looking through my Red Eyes Primite deck. It's not finished, but it is getting there. So, let's take a look. So first off, the main Red Eyes engine. 2 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Former monster, main boss monster for the main deck, and yeah. Go with the Blue Eyes 2 of them. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. This could be special summon by trigger Red Eyes Black Dragon. In case you attack for each dragon monster in your graveyard. So it's just a beat stick. And one-off. There'll be a lot of one-offs in this deck for the Red Eyes bet, as you'll see. 1 Red Eyes Soul. When it's on the field, it's Red Eyes Black Dragon. Quick effect. You target Red Eyes Black monster you control to inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. You can also send it from the hand or field to the graveyard to special summon Red Eyes monsters from your hand or deck. So it's a summon, or if it's on, do get on the field, you can pop. You can do a burn. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Special summon by banishing a dragon, and then you can also let you summon another dragon, so you can just build a board. Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. You can send a level 1 5 or higher normal monster from hand or deck to graveyard to special summon this out. And it will gain a level, so become a level 7. You can also banish it from a graveyard, but not the turn it was sent to graveyard, to add Red Eyes Fusion from deck or graveyard to hand. So it just gives some recurrence for the Red Eyes Fusion spell. Dark Magician, one of our fusion targets. Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. Again, it's one of our fusion targets. Black Zone of Legends just attributes itself to special summon Red Eyes, Love Zone or low Red Eyes monster from deck. It also lets you shuffle 1 back from graveyard to add this back to hand. Boss of Blader, it is a fusion target. 1 Red Eyes Fusion for getting into most of the fusion monsters in the deck. 2 Red Eyes Insight to send a card to add. Send a Red Eyes monster from hand or deck to graveyard to add Red Eyes Spell Trap from your deck to hand, except Red Eyes Insight. Gets you into your fusion spell. 1 Return of the Red Eyes. If you control a Red Eyes monster, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard to special summon it. And if it's destroyed by postcard effect, you can target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard to special summon it. So it's just another summoning Red Eyes monsters back. Mausoleum of White. Yes, it is technically engine. It lets you dump any normal monster to give another 1 attack, so I can dump Dark Magician or Red Eyes. And the Claw of Hermos. Split diffusion summon using a dragon and itself. The Sword Dragon, but I'll show you that in a bit. Onto the Primite engine. It's particularly small. It's 3 barrel to get out the load for the drill beam. It's also gets you to your link 1 to get to Mausoleum. And it's got recursion. So yeah. 2 Lordly loads. Ideally I'll be on 3, but I can make 2 work. Lets you add a Primite card from deck to hand, except another one of itself. Declare a normal monster to special summon it from hand, deck or graveyard in defense. But it does stop using special summon monsters on the field their effects of the turn. and all monsters from monsters you control gain 300 attack for each and all monsters with different names in the graveyard. Put stuff in the wrong place. And then we have one drill beam. Ideally I'd have two, but I'm making do with what I've got. To feel Primite or an all monster in your hand, except drill beam, or if you control all monster or a level 5 or high Primite, once you accept a token, you can activate this card to target face up card of the field, negate its effect to banish it. Also, if you control Primite monster, you can set this card back in your graveyard. So, useful recursion and just an extra interaction. Onto the Metal Morph part of the deck. One Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. You need to use Max Metal Morph to tribute level 5 or high dragon. You can reveal this card had to set a Metal Morph trap from deck. To unshuffle this card back. When your player activates a card or effect, quick effect to negate that activation and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of one attack precision monster your opponent controls. So it's a useful negate and burn. Metal Sower X. Again, it's got the must be. This one's left off a higher feed, and it can do the setting from reveal itself to set a trap from deck and shuffle back. Twice per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect or spell card effect, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls to destroy. Metal Flame Swordsman. Say this one's only with warriors. This one lets you, when you feel, add a max Metal Morph from deck to hand, except another copy of itself. If you do, shove it back. Each time your player activates a card or effect, this card gains 300 and inflicts 500 damage to your opponent when that effect, card and effect resolves. So it's just another bird damage. Then we have So with the Fiendish Beast. You can normal summon this card without triggering if your opponent controls a monster. Or you can choose to special summon it in defense position, and if Max Metal Morph is not in your graveyard, your opponent can special summon a monster from their hand. And during your main phase, you can set a Metal Morph trap from your deck. Onto the two traps I'm running. Flame Coating Metal Morph lets you tribute a Max Metal Morph monster, but you can ignore its summoning conditions, so I can summon them all off my dragons or something. And then this equips, and if it's equipped, if your monster would be destroyed by a battle card effect, you send this instead, so it's just protection. And Max Metal Morph itself, which, when this equips, the monster gains 400 attack and defense, and it cannot be destroyed by spell or monster effects, and your opponent cannot target it with monster effects or spell cards or effects. So that's the. Now for the interaction. Currently it's on 2 more Charmy for a loss. So add cards to hand, and means they might not want to make full board. 3 Ash Blossoms, Dry Sprigs, just your standard. And trap. 2 Ghost Spell, I'm liking this against certain decks, like Yummy. 3 Ghost Ogre, just to break their board, and even if they can still use effects, but you remove pieces from the board, so it's harder for them to get to the extra deck. 3 Imperms for negates, and 1 Called by the Grave. Onto the extra deck. This isn't a full extra deck, he says drop a card. I am going to do some bits, so I've got 1 Spirit with the Eyes of Blue, just to get into the Mausoleum. 2 Heretic Seal for the Heavenly Spheres. I've run enough dragons I can just go. I can make this and other things on the board. 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Gives the Dragon Monster star control. Well, gives the monster to equip to 1000 attack and then 500 attack defense for each Dragon Monster on the field and in the graveyard. against an opponent's dragon deck, this could get massive. Linked to Supreme Darkness, well, sorry, not Supreme, Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, it could get particularly large, in theory. One Red Eyes Slash Dragon, which is why I need Buster Raider, because when a Red Eyes monster declares attack, I can target my monster, do graveyard to equip it to this card, and it gives it an extra 200 attack. And when a card will affect activating that target, it's a card I control, I can set a quick card I control to the graveyard to negate the activation and destroy that card. And if this card is destroyed by a battle card effect, special summon as many monsters from the graveyard as possible that were equipped to this card. So it gives recursion. One Dragoon. I make it full power, I can blow 2 up and burn them for their original attack, and I've got a discard a card to negate activation, destroy the card, gain 1000. Not as strong as people think it is with the non-targeting stuff, but it's still a fun card with neither players being able to target. Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, which is why I need the Archfiend. It stops your opponent using activate effects during the damage step. They can't do so until the end of the damage step. And if this card's involved in damage calculation, I can target a Red Eyes normal monster in the graveyard to inflict damage equal to its attack in the graveyard, then shuffle it back into the deck. So it's a bit of recursion. 5-headed dragon, I'll show you how I get to that in a bit. Can't be destroyed by battle with Dark Earth, Water or Fire and Wind monsters, and it's just a big beat stick. One Shanghai-Ira. This just needs level 7s. This means I can just burn people. I can lock out zones if people start doing banishing things. One number 11 Big Eye lets me steal the opponent's monster. 3 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which if I get the right hand I can make this turn 1. Can't be destroyed by card effects when it's got material. Each time opponent activates a card or effect, you inflict 500 damage immediately after it resolves. And you can detach an XYZ from this card to target a Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard to special summon it. And 1 Typhon. Side, 3 draw. I want it inside, not main. It does have some uses, but still on 3 Lancia. Maybe needs to be swapped out for Retaliating Save, but 3 Lancia for those people who are still trying Malice or Christians and stuff. 2 Lightning Storm, just a good going second card. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. 1 Triple Tactics Talent. 3 Super Poly, how I get into my 5-headed dragon. And 2 Power Filter. Neither player can special summon monsters with a max, with basically 1000 attack or less. This means Yummy. This is a good Yummy tech card because they can't play with that. But yes, I did play it the other day at locals. Went up against Branded Dracutail and Dracutail Magistus. Couldn't play through the Magistus, but I lost 2-1 with it against the Branded variant. Still needs some modification, like the Red Eyes Metal Claws Dragon needs to be added. That just gives me an extra Metal Wolf engine card, and I want to experiment with a couple of other variants, but I've not quite worked out what I'm doing yet. And yeah, it's fun. It would be nice if it had some new support, but yeah. Come on, that'd be nice. But we play with what we've got. It's not as good as Blue Eyes Primite, but it's a lot of fun to play with, in my opinion. Yeah. I'll see you next time.